It doesn't matter to me. I just, you know what I mean? So we'll be playing.
All right. Johnny, what's going on, buddy? Johnny, you're live.
I am live. Hello. How's it going, everybody? How's it going? Green dot in front of me. I didn't tell anybody this because I actually didn't realize this till about an hour ago. This is my 1 hour comedy show. 1 hour comedy hour. Obviously, Zoom. This is my 9-year anniversary today show.
Hey.
So, thank you guys. 9 years.
Sorry.
Look where we are. Look where we are since we started. Talk about a nosedive. No, seriously though, I recently bought a dream catcher and now I'm doing Zoom comedy. Clearly not working. All right. What is Zoom anyhow? Zoom. Doesn't that sound like a Nissan electric car? Hey, the Nissan Zoom. Look at that. Okay.
Was Mazda's logo, Zoom, Zoom, remember?
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. It's like subconsciously it was in my head. I swear to God. Oh my God. We're all going broke, aren't we? Where's the money these days, right? I swear to God, I now have a Benjamin Button bank account. I have as much money now as I did when I was 12 years old. You see what I'm saying, guys? But tomorrow, I'm going off the grid. And by that, I mean, I'm no longer making waffles. And okay, that's seriously,
that hurt.
Zoom doesn't bother me like it bothers other comics. I don't care. I've done comedy everywhere. I've done colleges. I've done cruise ships. You know, I don't mind. James P., you've done a cruise ship or two, right? What?
The answer is yes. Thank you.
Yeah, exactly. So the shows are okay, but you're there for 7 days in the middle of nowhere, and they have the internet like Wi-Fi on the ship, super expensive. And I'm not saying it's slow. But when you send an email, they give you a tracking number. All right, come on. Long stuff. That's a terrible joke. Swear to God. Let me ask you guys something seriously, though. If they did a documentary on COVID, would that be a viral video? That's a good one. I don't care what anybody says.
That's
All right. Never mind.
Reaction. Yeah! Look at that. Oh, you're playing hard. I get it.
All right. I'm actually trying to do bits here. My dad retired for 2 months, and then now he's back. He just got a job last week because he couldn't stand being retired. Because my dad's a construction worker his whole life. He's worked construction. His whole life, he's up at 5 a.m., showered by 5:15 a.m., out the door at 5:30 a.m. He retired for 2 months. His life was up at 5 a.m., showered at 5:15 a.m., nothing to do the rest of the day. So you know what my dad would do? He'd call me. Like, all the time he'd call me because he had something to do, wanted to talk. Whatever he woke up was on his mind, he'd want to talk about it. I get the strangest freaking voicemails, guys. He'd be like, beep, hey, it's Dad. Hey, I'm thinking of going all white Christmas lights on the tree this year. Give me a call. Give me a call. Beep, hey, it's Dad. Hey, I was at the Red Box. I didn't even know they made a Rocky 5. Give me a call. Give me a call. And I call him back. You know, my dad's got like an iPhone 7, so he can see it's me. He's got my picture on the phone, on his contacts. I call him back because he's always like, call me back. Give me a call. I call him back. He picks up just to tell me he's on the other line. He never lets it go to voicemail. He'll pick up. And like I said, he's got me right there. He'll act like he doesn't know what's going on. He's like, hello? I'm like, hey, what's going on? I was like, hey, I'm on the other line. Call me back. Give me a call. Call me back. All right. Never wants to talk on the phone, even though he tells me to call him back all the time. And one time, I realized, I go, when you say call me back, it's like saying drive safe. Do we really mean drive? When you tell somebody to drive safe, do you really care how they drive? Once you tell somebody to drive safe, as soon as they're gone, are you thinking, gee, I hope they're still driving safely? No. You can care less how they drive. It's just the way to say goodbye. It's, you know what I mean? It's like, do we tell our friends to do anything else safely? No. My best friend can come up to me and say, hey, buddy, this weekend, I'm going up to the mountains, wrestle a wild grizzly bear by myself. I'd be like, whoa, have fun with that. How you getting there? Driving. Hey, drive safe. Okay. Don't worry about you. Same thing. But I'm glad it doesn't go to voicemail because every now and then I hear my dad's outgoing message. I'm Sicilian. We're just kind of intense people. You know what I mean? And so my dad's outgoing message, he's really like intense. He hates hearing his voice. So he writes it down. This is my dad's outgoing message. Hey, it's Ray. I'm not in right now. Leave me a message. I'll call you back. And we go, Dad, your message sounds really angry. You sound too intense. Why don't you we have to sort of poo-poo my dad so he doesn't get all in his head. I go, Dad, why don't you just relax and re-record it and make it sound friendly? So my dad gets in his head. He writes it down again. This is my dad's current outgoing message. Hey, it's Ray. I'm not in right now. Leave me a message. I'll call you back. Have a great day. I'm like, all right. Now I need to hire a VO artist to. Okay, there we go. All right. Anyhow, you guys ready to get the show rocking off? Huh?
Yeah.
Maria, are you Italiana?
No, I'm very, very Danish and Irish and
Really? With BRUGGERE?
French. It's like a made-up name. They added an E at the end of World War II or something. I don't know.
No kidding. So it was BRUGGERE? That's not very German.
That was BRUGGERE. Remember we talking about
Exactly. I like that though. I like BRUGGERE. It sounds great. And you could be Italian perhaps. Anyhow, Maria BRUGGERE, she has her own show that she runs that I did last month, which is absolutely fantastic. Great comedian, really super nice person. We've never met actually in person, but we've met over online, and she's doing my show right now. Give it up for Maria BRUGGERE, everybody.
BRUGGERE, yeah.
And I feel like I've known you forever because in Zoom times, it's been like 5 years.
Yeah.
I know. I look like I've got a really fancy setup right here, but I'm actually in my car in a sketchy neighborhood. So it's going pretty good, you guys. I think it's going well.
Your car has an amazing sunroof.
Yeah, no, it's been an emotional roller coaster these last, I don't know, 7 months. And I wanted to make things more difficult for myself. So I went and found my diary from 7th grade the other day. Wow, you want to talk about an emotional roller coaster? Not to mention the thing used to be like a scratch and sniff diary. It was supposed to smell like buttered popcorn on the front. Now I open it. I was 13 when I had this diary. It smells like hormones and period blood. You just open it and it's like, and it's crazy because let's see, I was 13 in like 2002. So weird time right after 9/11. And the first page of my diary says, I don't know why Daniel doesn't like me back. And he blocked me on AOL Instant Messenger. I just want to tell him how much I love him. And then the very next sentence handwritten in all caps. So you know I meant it at 13. It says, Osama bin Laden needs to be killed. If the military can't find him, they're not being trained well enough, and I'm going to go get him myself. Living in the state of Oregon. Okay.
Oh my God.
Just for context, there were like 4 black people in my town, but I was going to go to Afghanistan,
Nice.
a super and a rope, and get the world's most wanted terrorist myself. So, and the crazy thing is, like, I was a liberal Democrat at 13. Like now, that would be controversial. I think I'll probably never run for office just based on that story alone. But I've always been politically minded. It's also known as being a white woman nowadays. No, I cried when Hillary Clinton lost the election in 2016, and like people call me a snowflake for that, but that's actually what I wanted to be when I grew up, when I was a little kid. So like, I gotcha, beat you to it, you know, like I wanted to melt the ground from a very young age. But I was mad. I was mad that Hillary lost. I was mad that Trump won, but I was more upset because Trump actually copied me, you guys. I rigged a national election when I was 9 years old. Yep, your silence is appropriate. You should be. No,
I'm trying to learn what's going on here.
you know, for context, yeah, this is actually a message from Russia. No, for context, Dad ran for United States Senate in 1996 against this Mormon guy named Gordon Smith. That all happened in Oregon. And at 9 years old, like the only thing I understood about the election was that if he won the election, we were going to have to move to Washington, D.C. And I was such a wonderful 9-year-old that nothing bad had ever happened to me in my life. So moving across the country was the worst thing that could have happened. So I didn't want him to win the election at all. And I was going to do anything I could to stop it. And in the suburban town in Oregon that I grew up in, it was actually crawling with Mormons. So the Mormon kids would come up to me at school and be like, just so you know, my dad isn't voting for your dad. And I was like, this is perfect. This is what I want. Like, how do I become Mormon? Sign me up. I'm ready to go. So I basically became this undercover Mormon for the remainder of the campaign. And I'd go up to the liberal kids at school and be like, you know, my dad is running on an education platform. That's going to mean more homework for you guys if he wins. And the kids were like, oh my God, you're right. I've got to tell somebody. And then I'd go up to like boys at school and I'd be like, you know, my dad wants an assault weapons ban. and you're going to be 21. Nobody's going to want to have sex with you someday. You're gonna be really lonely. You're going to want that assault rifle, you know? You have a manifesto to write. Don't let my dad crush your dreams. You know? And it worked. Like, it worked. It was really good. Like, results came in. My dad lost the election. Like, they had to count absentee ballots. It was so close. He lost by like 700 votes, you guys. Do you know how many kids were at my school? About 700. That was me, you guys. That was me. So I was like super pumped. I didn't have to move to Washington, D.C. My life was saved. And I ran to the Mormon church and I told the bishop what had happened. And he immediately gave me a pair of special Mormon underwear, which, if you don't know, very comfortable, like fantastic to sleep in. And then he high-fived me and he was like, "Freak yeah." I was like, "Thank you, Bishop." Mormons don't swear. That was over your guys' Mormons don't swear, you know. So it's cool. I think, you know, I kind of ruined my dad's life, but it's fine because he's kind of a cool dad. So a few years ago, he decided his bucket list when he turned 70 was to go to Coachella. Yeah, 70 years old, and he decides he's aged in to Coachella. Great time. He's decided he wants to go to Coachella every year for the rest of his life. And like, you'd think at 70 you don't have a lot of time yet, but he's also the most healthy 70-year-old there's ever been. So I was like, Dad, I think you're going to outlive Coachella. Like, I don't know what to tell you. So he wanted to go, and I don't really go to Coachella anymore. So I told him, look, I'm not going with you. And he goes, I don't care. I'll go alone. I've aged in. I'm going solo. Just get me the damn ticket. And I'm like, Dad, I don't think, like, I think there's an age limit to Coachella. Like, I think if you go, you might just die, like, because everybody else is on drugs, you know? And so he wanted to go so bad. And I was like, why is it, what do you care so much about? Like, you're old. People see that you're old. They don't want to hang out with you at this. If anything, they're going to think you're the act, that you're the talent. You're so old that you might actually go on performing. And he's like, no, I want to go. I was like, are you going for the camping? He's like, no, I was in Vietnam for a year. I did my camping. I was like, all right, that's fine. Are you going for the music? And he's like, no, I had tinnitus from being in the war. I can't hear shit. I'm not going for the music. And I'm like, well, then why are you going? Like, it's beside me. And he goes, I'm going for the fashion. I was like, that's a slick way of saying you just want to check out like young girls. Okay, like that's creepy. And he was like, no, I'm going for my fashion. You guys, my dad spent a year planning his Coachella outfits. He's a basic bitch. Okay. And he wore like Hawaiian shirts. He bought this white fedora and aviator sunglasses. He goes to Coachella by himself and everyone took his photo. He was in blogs across the country. I was like, yeah, for the missing persons report of the old folks home down the street. That's what that was for. And he said this guy came up to him, like total like Coachella bro, and he was like, whoa, man, that's a sick shirt. Where did you get it? And my dad's like, oh, like I've just had it for 40 years. And the guy was like, no way, dude, that's vintage. That's so cool right now. Like, I have to know, where did you get that shirt? And my dad's like, my first wife. And the guy's like, whoa, that's a sick name for a vintage store. I'm gonna have to check that out. That was my dad's experience at Coachella, you guys. Johnny, thank you so much. My name is Maria BRUGGERE. Thanks, guys.
Maria BRUGGERE. Another phony Italian who wants to be Italian. No, I was kidding. Maria's show is Comedy, the letter N, Chill. So look her up. She has got a great one. Her last one, I'm holding the thing up right here. I'm looking at it. You had Alex Hooper, Ryan's fellow AGT alumni on your last show. She's got great lines. Hit her up, guys. She runs a great show. It's a lot of fun.
Hey, Johnny, will you flash that one more time?
Yeah, it's right there. Right here. Comedy and Chill.
Nice.
Promote, cross promotion. And also, guys, I'll take this time right now, who's listening, to if you feel like Venmoing, Venmo Ryan at Ryan-Quast, Quast, and whatever money we receive, we're going to divvy it up to all and send to all the comics. So we'd appreciate it. We're all trying to keep it going right down here. Ryan-Quast, Ryan-Quast. It's the Venmo at. So you were talking about, she was talking about her cool dad, Coachella. Well, my mom's probably got you top. My mom is in her 70s. She's still getting stoned. She's still a total stoner. My mom is, you guys probably know, if you follow me on Facebook, she types in all caps, I don't make this up. She's out
I
of her
love your
mind.
mom. Your mom's the best.
Yeah.
I love her
I swear to God, dude. Everybody messages me and asks me, "Is your mom real?" She's real. She's a little bit out of her mind, but she's real. She's a stoner, like I said, but she's like an old school hippie. She's still like, my mom still likes to get all high and listen to The Wall.
Oh yeah.
No, I don't mean the album. I mean The Wall. She'll fall asleep. Mom. But I swear to God, if you go on my Facebook, here's how she gets the internet. She goes to the library like every 4 days. She goes and spends her hour at the library. That's how she gets her internet. So the first thing she does is she goes to my Facebook and she comments and likes every single post that she missed. Like 14, 15 in a row. She'll like and comment. My mother will share on her page events that happened 3 days prior. What I'm trying to say is, whatever an influencer is in the internet, my mom's the exact opposite. Okay, so that's what I got to do. Okay, this next guy coming to the stage, one of my best friends in life, in comedy. We've been to Greenland twice. We've been to Cuba. We've been all over the world doing military shows. I've done a show up with his family in Montana. Stayed with them for a couple of days. Hilarious. If you play video games, you've heard this guy's voice all over them, especially Call of Duty. Give it up for my good buddy, Dave FORSETH. Bring him up, everybody. Bring him up.
Johnny the dog. Yeah. All right. Coming to the stage, sitting in his chair with the vodka cocktail double going strong. How we doing, guys? Happy post-quarantine. I just got a text from a friend in Texas. Said, you better be fucking funny. It's past my bedtime. So here we go, Crazy Jim.
Hey, Crazy Jim.
Yeah, Crazy Jim. Yeah. Yeah. I love how Johnny, how many people watching the show actually know what a hyphen is, let alone how to find it on a keyboard? Q, I wonder.
That's a good question.
Actually,
I probably.
You're a Harvard graduate. Maybe you could do a little dictation on that. But this is nice. Johnny is our friend. If you guys know Johnny Cardinale, one of my best friends, dearest friends, was going to speak at my wedding, but he had to do a stand-up comedy show instead, so he wasn't there. But hey, you know, got to have your priorities in line. But Johnny is an avid dog guy, and he's talked shit to me for years about having a cat. Now I have 2 cats, and it's been just ongoing, an onslaught of shit from Johnny. And now he can't not post a video of his girlfriend's cat unless
hold still.
Yeah. Say
Hold still. Ryan, can you put me up?
Yeah.
Look who's sleeping right behind us.
Told you.
John the cat.
Yeah.
Oh.
There you go.
The other day he posted a video. He's like, the cat has moved from the living room couch to the kitchen counter. Look at the glazed look in his eyes. I was like, that's provocative video. Thank you for sharing that. That's amazing. But hey, football's back.
Yeah.
There's hope, right? You know, yeah. I can't really get a haircut in a lot of places, but I can get an abortion. I can buy marijuana, where I can get rid of the shame of getting those jocks in college that I didn't. I was like, oh, fuck that guy. I'm abort that. So government's got it all figured out. People are freaking out. They're like, oh my God, college kids aren't wearing masks. They're drinking and partying. Like, dude, they don't use condoms. What the fuck do you expect? You know? You've been quarantined for 6 months by yourself. I'm 49. Okay, if I see a bar packed across the street with people smoking, drinking, doing karaoke, I'm going half naked. Okay, just don't tell my wife. That's what's happening right now. It's quarantine. Quarantine was interesting. It's been a long time, months. Some people found God. Some people wrote a novel and a screenplay. They fell in love with their spouse all over again. I gained 10 pounds and mastered day drinking. That's what I did. Every day it's like, I'm not going to drink today. I'm not going to drink today. And when the Mount Everest of your week is a load of laundry and maybe a light workout by the pool, I'm having a cocktail. Oh God. The other day I had a bunch of cookies and I was like, man, I should probably have some pizza. I'm starving. It's disgusting. At one point I was so tan and puffy. I was like a white trash George Hamilton. So that's dude. I went to the grocery store today, you guys. Vaughn's, for those of you who live in California. All of their alcohol, the entirety of their alcohol content is locked behind a glass cage, locked away. Even the sweet vermouth and like the maraschino cherry liqueur behind a fucking locked cage. We had to call the guy and have him come over with like this mysterious key to open up the golden chalice to get your bottle of Tito's. Yeah. And then you want to drink more. I was like, I felt like I found a treasure. I was like, oh, can I drink it all tonight? Is it mine? Can I keep it? Yeah. Unlock and key at Vaughn's. So that's what's happening in America. If you guys, anyone would like to go out to eat in restaurants, anyone work in a restaurant, it's a lot of fun. These pandemic regulations are amazing. People that write this stuff and implement it have obviously never eaten in a restaurant, let alone worked in one. I mean, thank God they outlawed plastic straws, though, because evidently plastic masks, hundreds of millions of latex gloves don't go up a turtle's nose. So fuck the environment. Let's go out to eat tonight. And I will fine you and shut your restaurant down if you have plastic straws in sight.
Yeah.
But walk out front when you're done because we're too expensive and go to those 25 illegal food stands that don't have masks on, no gloves, no mask, no sanitizer, cooking hot dogs from 2 weeks ago. That's fucking fine. That's fine. But I will shut your regulated restaurant down if you have someone eating inside in plexiglass. I mean, someone shoot me in the balls right now. And by the way, if you're going to go out and eat, leave a fucking tip, shit nuts, okay? You know, I'm risking my life to serve you. I'm not essential. I'm just a bartender. Go drink at home if you can't tip. All right, that felt good. Thank you.
Nice done, Dave.
Unbelievable, man.
Said it
Leave a
all.
fucking tip. Seriously.
That's it.
Wow.
Well done,
I'm wearing a
sir.
mask, gloves, like I'm sweating. You know, people are coughing. They're like, there's too much ice in my water. It's a pandemic, fuckhole. Stay at home. You know what I mean? Like, oh my God. Anyway. I'm risking my family's health to serve you calamari with a fucking Thai chili sauce. Relax. You can afford 15%. You know what I'm saying? Anyways, sorry about that. This felt good. Oh man.
Oh, I
The
love
other
it,
day,
man.
was,
Let loose.
like a week ago. My hair's so white now it's almost invisible. So this is inspiring. When I got married, I had some brown hair and hope left, and now it's just right here. But I had to put myself on camera for a video game. I had to put my do this voiceover. They want to see how you move and look. So it was like it was late 30s. So I did put some color in my hair, and I'm in the bathroom dyeing my white phosphorescent hair, and something in my back was like, oh, and I go, oh fuck, and my wife, who's Vietnamese American, calls me Whitey. And the room goes, Whitey. I was like, oh, my back, and she goes, did you just hurt your back dyeing your hair? Yes, I did. Happy quarantine, everybody. Holy shit, that was a wake-up call. So, are you guys feeling positive? Are you feeling happy? Do you not have anxiety? Did I suggest just logging onto Facebook and seeing how accomplished, enlightened, and woke all of your unemployed friends are? Because that's what I like to do. You know, I didn't know that my comedian friends that don't have a job just are constitutional scholars, gun rights experts, Middle East experts, and religious, just institutions of knowledge. You know, it's like, dude, I just saw you ran a fucking Sunday show at an Irish bar. I mean, I had no idea. Remarkable. Thanks for chiming in when I haven't seen you in 6 months. Fuck off. You know what I mean? A stranger, I'm walking into my restaurant the other day to get my temperature checked where I work, and gloves and a rectal exam so I can serve, you know, swordfish on a fucking skewer. And a woman on the sidewalk goes, Ruth Bader Ginsburg just died. Right? And I'm like, fucking, I thought I was going to get attacked. So I go, oh my God, who's that? Which I thought was funny. How fucking dare you? How dare you? She goes, women's rights are gone. I'm like, yeah, you're right. As of midnight, women can no longer vote to get an abortion because a fucking judge died. You shit stain. Grow the fuck up. Seriously. I mean, emotions aren't facts, people. You know? Donald Trump's not God. He's not going to change. He's going to be gone really soon. It's going to be okay. Yeah. You know, literally. So much for women's rights. Like, I'm talking out loud. You know, I can hear you. You understand that, right? So that happened. But anyways, you're like what someone said about freaking. Yeah, I work with a guy who actually is also a Mormon, and he doesn't cuss. The other day, I was shaking a tumbler of a martini, and you're bored. You know, we're inside behind plexiglass again with a face shield and a mask and gloves on because there's no one within like 50 yards of me, but we're safe, right? And so I shake a martini, and I have a lot of anxiety and anger about this, so I throw the ice and remainder of vodka all over his shoes because that's just funny. That's what mature adults do. And he goes, dude, what the crud? His mid-30s. Yeah, what the crud? I'm still laughing. That was a week ago. One time I'm really busy, and he walked up to the service wall and goes, friggin', what the frig, bro? I go, just say fuck. We know what you're trying. I know what you're inferring. Friggin', what the frig, bro? You know, it's not like when you go to heaven, God's going to go, hold on, bird dog. You say frig or fuck? Because we're having an adult sit down right now. So anyways. We have 2 Persian cats. I was in the ER for cats last night till 5 in the morning. I'm kind of foggy right now. Our cat Bane threw up probably 30 times yesterday. And so the vets are booked out like a week in advance. I was talking about the 24-hour, 4 to 5 hour wait. My son's 5. I can't bring him and sit. And by the way, I have to sit outside and wait on the patio. So that's going to go with the 5-year-old and the cat who's fucking dying in a kennel and vomiting on himself. I'm like, that makes perfect sense. Let me show up right now. Can I bring some beer and some cocaine? You know, sounds like a party. So anyways, I had to go there at 1 o'clock in the morning, got that fixed. $650 later with like medication. They want to put my cat on anxiety medication. I'm like, dude, he doesn't have a mortgage. He's not getting divorced. He doesn't have anxiety. He's a fucking cat for $185 a month per month for 3 years, right? My old roommate had a dog that we put on medication. He was on a TV show on ESPN about NFL football. They canceled because the NFL said, we don't have people that have felonies and beat their wives, which was quite funny because they canceled the show. I don't know if you guys have seen what people in the NFL do. Anyways, he put his dog on medication, and within 3 days, the dog would spin circles in the yard and eat his own feces. So that was fun. Took him off that for $185 a month. That was a sidetrack. Sorry about that. But my cat ate a water balloon. We have 2 cats now, a white little purebred Persian. Her name's Chrissy Snow, like Three's Company. My wife named her, of course. And she ate a red water balloon, ate the whole thing. It's on the table. I look over and she started to nibble on it and it just goes down her mouth. And I call my mom. I'm like, my cat's going to die. What happened? She goes, she'll probably poop it out. Just wait like 24 hours. And about 26 hours later, this red hose was stuck in her butt that I had to pull out and throw in the garbage. I didn't know that my cat was a fucking drug mule, but I didn't realize it could get from so that was fun. How much time I left, dog? Like 10 minutes? So I'll close out with this. My mom and dad are retired teachers. They're incredible people. We're like best friends now. It's really, I'm very blessed to have such a nice family. I try and implement that with my son, honesty and just, be yourself and always come to me. And my parents are in their 70s now. So we have a really fun, friendly, like open relationship. I got home last week about 1 o'clock, 1:50 in the morning, 1:15 a.m. My mom texts me. So I'm like, look who's been drinking. So I call up Blakey. I'm like, what's happening, Riptide? And she's like, just watching Netflix, having a good time, having fun, drinking some wine. And my dad has lost like 85% of his hearing, so he talks like you're 55 yards away. Like, how you doing there, big guy? You're like, I'm right here, Big J. It's okay. So she puts it on speaker, and we get it right into this COVID conversation about the restaurant and perils of this and that. And he's like, I'm a retired teacher. I've seen every goddamn virus, there isn't 40. I'm going to be fine, And my dad goes, the problem is all these young kids are out there drinking, they're partying, and they're doing the anal, and that shit's spreading. Well, that's one way to get it, the anal, And I go, well, I mean, if it's your birthday or New Year's Eve, Big J. And he's like, what did you say? My mom's like, you little shit, that's disgusting. I'm like,
as long as there's no balloon. As long as there's no balloon.
Doing the anal. So they go up to Washington State outside of Seattle to see my sister like a week later. And my dad and my sister both have severe anxiety. So my sister sends me a picture of my dad in a marijuana shop. This is a retired Christian white man from Montana in a marijuana shop. Like I was my high school coach. I never thought I'd see that. And the pictures of him looking at this huge ornate case of bongs, all these like beautiful, ornate bongs. And he's leaning forward. And my sister said, Dad just yelled out, they look like a bunch of dildos. So I don't know what kind of quarantine parties my parents are having, but I'm moving back in. That's all I'm going to say. Thanks for my time, everybody. Johnny C, take it over, dog.
Comics, just so you know, whether it's live comedy or Zoom comedy, always end with an anal joke. There you go. Never changes.
The anal joke. The anal.
I would have won AGT had I known that ahead of time.
Dude,
you got to add V on, Ryan, and you're golden. Yeah. Like they got the Italian restaurant downtown. That's how it is. Montana.
Dave, how tall are you? 6'4"? 6'4"?
6'4", yeah.
Okay. So Dave, I met Dave and his brother, his father. Dave's the shortest, smallest of them all. They're gigantic. Your family is what, Nordic, right?
Norwegian, yeah, mostly.
Gigantic. Yeah. He's like, Dave's like, this is my 12-year-old niece. I'm like, hi, nice to meet you. Taking her finger. Isn't your niece about to be up for Miss Montana, by the way, Dave?
Yeah, she took second place last year, so she's doing it again.
Yeah, he's and
she's on it. Jamie FORSETH, Jami FORSETH. Yeah.
His brother has 4 daughters. 2 of them have been like Miss Montana finalists. Like
2 more, yeah.
Very good.
She won Miss Teen Montana, whatever it was. Yeah.
Somebody was talking about Mormons, by the way. Just a serious question. Do Mormons think Groupon is a dating site? Come on, guys. That's a good one. All right. Next comment coming to the stage. Another great friend of mine. Funny person. We were talking before the show started in the green room, the virtual green room. This girl gave me my restart in life. She got me a job at her restaurant way back in the day, and I've given her grief ever since.
I know.
She's a fellow Paisan Italiana. She's hilarious. Give it up for my good friend Rosemary DELLEGRAZIE.
Oh, Johnny Cardinale, I love you. Hi, what's up, everybody? I'm so glad to see everybody. Hi, Ryan. I think, James, last time you and I were doing a show, it was at the Oyster House.
Oh, my God. Oh, yeah, that was...
we really moved up. Now we're on
We've definitely
Zoom.
moved up. Yeah, we moved
Now we're
up.
on Zoom.
Hey, I did that show too with Brad Williams, by the way.
And you guys, as you know, we are all comics. This is not the weirdest show I've ever done on Zoom, okay? I
Hey,
mean,
guys, well, can we stop real quickly? Can we all pitch in and get Ro a desk chair that's not from the 1940s?
yeah.
I feel like I'm talking to Mickey Spillane right now.
I feel like I'm in detention. I just got like put back. Yeah.
Well, my husband is in the gaming chair that he just got himself, and he's probably heard you did with the Call of Duty because he thinks he's at war right now playing Call of Duty. So
He's serving his country, Ro. All right,
Hey,
back off.
so you
He's
know,
serving his country.
Dave Forseth is one of the voices in Call of Duty.
I probably
Black Ops. That was like 9 years ago. Yeah. Black Ops.
Oh, well, he's probably playing. Who knows what he's playing right now? But he actually bought like G Fuel energy drinks so he can game longer.
So he can game longer.
and so he's more focused.
Oh my God.
Oh, my God.
Welcome to 2020. Yeah.
That's a dude right there.
What?
Thumbs
That is
get
awesome,
exhausted.
dude.
That's
This
hilarious.
is what happens when you marry somebody younger. Okay.
Oh
So
my God.
and I love Ryan. Q. I just want to say your name is suspect right now because I don't know if you know,
I'm well
but
aware.
there's a crazy guy named Q that it says celebrities drink children's blood. So I'm just saying when you picked this nickname, you might not have known that was going to happen.
I didn't know it was going to put out. I didn't know it was going to go the way it was going, but I got
that
a cue in it. Yeah, it's great.
Who's that
Thank
guy?
you, bro.
That might have been the tangent I've ever heard during the course of a comedy show. So anyhow, there I was with my children at the park.
I know, right? So yeah, no, I'm here, you guys. I haven't seen everybody, some people in a while. We're in a pandemic, obviously. You're either 42 or in a pandemic when you're excited that you got your new glasses from your online purchase. That's what I got today. I was like, that was the highlight of my month, pandemic. I'm like, oh, I lost glasses, then I got them at a fraction of a price. Yay, winning. And like my grand that's growing in. So that's like, I'm married now. I have 2 children. I have so we were talking about like my kids are in bed right now because they're young. I have a 2-year-old little girl and he's going to be 4, a little boy, who's about to be 4. He also looks a lot older because he's tall, and they were talking about your height. My husband, he gets a lot of attention because he's 6'7", and he's 6', he's black and white. And he's about 350. So it's like being married to like a panda. And we get a lot of attention. And this is such a weird theme running through the show. You're all talking about Mormons. His white side, they're Mormon. Okay.
What?
So, yeah, no, I don't know if you knew this, Johnny.
So 2020.
I didn't.
Yeah, they're Mormon, and they're like, well, if you get married to him, what if he wants more wives? I'm like, bring him on. What the fuck? Who cares? Bring him on. What? I'm first wife. Then
Less dishes for me to do.
You're in charge. Yeah.
Hello, everybody has a job now. Okay. You're doing the laundry on Monday. You're cleaning on Tuesday. You're doing fellatio Friday. I am off the clock. And because somebody's like, oh, mistresses, because we've always talked like, oh, I have friends that have like polyamorous, look, if you're a polyamorous couple, it's just a lot of work. Like one relationship is enough. You know, like you want to involve somebody else that you have to have conversations with. Like, do you guys not have anything to do? What the fuck? So, and if he ever had a mistress, let me tell you something. If she was a secret, I would be so pissed. I'm like, she better get her ass in here. She better do some goddamn chores. Do you understand me? These kids are killing me. So, all right. So I have kids, like I said, my son, we're in Zoom preschool. And if you've ever wanted to know what a shit show looks like, I invite you to watch Zoom preschool. I should also mention that my son is autistic. So we're in like a special needs, you know, like it's a special needs preschool. So it's like four autistic kids trying to do Zoom. And if you're like, what's that like? One of them is just running back and forth across the screen, and like you see him like climb the couch, duck under, and just hide under the couch. The other one is drinking a frappuccino and eating a cookie at night. My son is not wearing pants, and I found out that's a rule. We have to wear pants. I just thought that was for the adults, but no, the kids have to wear pants. And then another one of the boys said in the middle of our PE that we were doing, which was just them jumping up and down and acting like a bunny, he said, I have to go use the bathroom. And then he picked up his device and he took it into the bathroom as the teachers were panicking, like, hey, Jordan, put the device down. Jordan, put the device down. Like, so, and my daughter is also in OT, which is occupational therapy and speech therapy. And that is on Zoom also. And she's like, my son has like sensory issues. So, and, you know, my daughter seeks out danger. So I have to while she is trying to destroy them. My daughter is like, I don't know, you know, when you're like, you see how people grow up to be like, oh, wow, they're kind of crazy. Like the girl at the sorority that just, you know, they're like, she is not, this is who she is. She walks around the apartment just pushing chairs down, just like flipping over tables for fun. Like, I'm like, what the fuck, what's going on? Why is she destroying everything? She's just like, you know, you're like, okay, let's talk about our feelings. And that's, yeah. And then my son is sitting there. He said to me the other day, he said, okay, first of all, he's not potty trained and he's older. So I was like, oh, he's not potty trained. I'm like, no, I don't know what you want from me. I don't know how to teach a kid to use a bathroom. I've never done this before, right? I'm an old mom. I just thought people figured it out, but no, you have to teach them. So what he learned to do is every time he peed, he'd get candy. So what he learned to do was he learned to pee in the potty, pinch it off, come back, get more candy, go back, pee again, come back, more, like 5 times in a row. So
Wow.
He's learned how to hold his pee off. And then when he doesn't have any more pee, he yells for water so that he can drink water. And
That's what they do behind the bar.
right? Yeah. Then he said to me the other day, he goes, I'm changing his diaper. He goes, my penis is tall. And then he just kind of like, just
He's half black.
What am I gonna say? Like, yes, son, your penis it's tall. Like, I don't, and then this is what the other day, I don't even know where he learned this. He took his finger, put him in his belly button. He goes, look what I'm doing. I'm like, what are you doing? I'm putting my finger in my belly button. Oh, okay. You know why? Why? Because it tickles my penis. Oh, okay. That's great. Yep, that's how it works.
It does actually.
Well, guys,
He's been doing it the whole time.
Don't change for me.
Yeah.
Under the age of 3 months. Yikes.
So yeah, like I said, I don't even know where. Oh, my husband did have a proud moment though, because he was while Jacob was like in the bathtub, whatever, he went in and, you know, my husband, you know, peed in front of him, because that's what you do when you're a parent, you just pee in front of your kids. And, you know, we go, Daddy's peeing in the potty. And my son said, Daddy, your penis is large. So he came out like all proud, like, guess what Jacob told me. I was like, that's right, your penis is large. That's great. I'm sure we're gonna go tell that at the family reunion, right? Okay, so I guess I had so much written, and it doesn't
It's a Zoom
matter.
show.
It's
Throw
a
the notes
Zoom show.
away.
I'm like, I'm okay. So I don't know. I feel like everybody here, I know there are comedians on here that are, you know, living the good life of being young. I'm not, I'm 42, and in Hollywood years, you know, that's old, but I don't care anymore. But I realized I'm not an excited person. I don't know if anybody else feels this way. I have friends, maybe it's because they don't have kids, but they're so excited about everything. And I'm like, that's just not me. I'm not fucking, like, they're like, oh my God, this food's delicious. I'm like, it's food, fucking eat it. You know, like, I don't, you know, when you're like, I don't know if I'm cynical, I don't know if I'm from New York, and I don't know if I'm fucking 42. Do you know what I mean? Like, I have no idea what all these feelings are. But I will say that I've been married for 5 years this year. And some of you have known me before I'm married, and you knew that probably would never have happened. And Johnny's right. We used to work together at a place called Stanley's, and every year that would pass, I'd be like, you know what? This is the year I'm going to be a full-time comedian. This is the year I'm going to make it. I'm going to be a full-time comedian. And it did finally happen. I no longer work at the restaurant. Yes, just like John. Yeah, the restaurant shut down. So that's how I got to live my dreams. And yeah, so I'm really glad to be here with you guys. You guys are awesome. Thank you so much. I'm Ro.
Yay, Ro.
Bro, interesting thing. My son's in kindergarten. We're homeschooling, and the other day they gave a lesson, and it was it's okay to be different and think differently. And it occurred to me that most Americans in this country need to go back to kindergarten, because that's kind of an interesting point that we've all forgotten, right? But Zoom is not kindergarten and preschool is not designed for Zoom, not at all.
No.
Wow. Blessings to you. Congratulations.
Thank you. And you know, the kids are so honest. Like they're so like, they tell you exactly when they're like, I don't know if they do that when they get older too, but like my mother-in-law is trying to be like, we're singing song, like she starts singing songs to him over like the video call, and he's just like, okay, that's enough.
Yeah. It's amazing too. Like the kid went in the bathroom. Adults don't mute themselves on Zoom. Like we've had like catastrophic. Like, should we call the cops on this couple? Are they going to kill each other? The teacher's like, okay, it's okay to take a deep breath. Like mute. Like, oh my God, dude. Yeah, it's just kindergarten. We're going to have to draw the letter O. You know.
In Florida, they asked the parents. They said, please don't smoke marijuana or drink or be naked behind your kid. Like. Literally.
Oh yeah. There's parent protocols involved for reminding you
have to say that.
It's just people will go in the camera. Exactly.
Blowing out of my mind. Just wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Hang in there, one day at a time.
Yeah. Yeah. Ro, she got me the job, right? I was not qualified to get the job. I go in. She goes, yeah, meet Annie, this little short Italian girl. Hey, so what's your name? Johnny. Okay. Yeah. What's your experience? I lied. I had no experience for waiting tables. She goes, take this menu home. Look at it. I come back. She goes, come back in a week. I come back in a week. She goes, okay, here's a test. A written test for the menu that I never opened once. And I'm like, it's literally the question was, what kind of dressing is on the Chinese chicken salad? My answer, Chinese chicken salad dressing.
Exactly.
I didn't know what else to say.
Hired you.
She hired me because of Ro, right? So Ro's the bartender. Like we're working because Ro's, you know, everybody knows Ro, right? It's Ro. She's behind the bar. I'm a waiter, lunch shift. I'm rushing for 12% tips for everybody. I got to get orange juice or cranberry juice. I got to get it from Ro. I get iced tea I can pour myself. Anything else I got to get from Ro. So I put my ticket in and I'm like, and she's over there like three doors, you know, on the bar. She's like talking to some guy. So I did a show last night, the Ha Ha. Hey, you know what I mean? I'm out here doing I'm like, Ro, I got drink, you know? So she's like, I'll be right with you, Cardinale. I'm like, I mean, I'm on a lunch shift. I got to be moving and shaking, right? And she's taking the time. So when I go up there, I'd start singing. I had 2 songs I made up for Ro. I'd be like, when it comes to making drinks, she's got a slow hand. Then I go, what was the other one? Drink orders come and Ro gonna go slow. And my drinks came
song. I like that. Yeah.
And because of that, my drinks came twice as slow. So,
Johnny, Q, Ro, I don't know if you guys
coming to the stage next. Another one of my good buddies we've known for years. We used to do ice house all the time. This guy is not only an ex-Marine, a vet, he's also a Harvard graduate, and he tours all over the country. Give it up for James P. Connolly, Jim Connolly.
Wow.
Thank you, brother. Thank you. I just want to say it's great to see everybody, but I know there's been a lot of running themes, so just to clear the air, I'm going to make no references to the Mormons or the anal. Nothing that's going to happen either one here. So I'm not a team player, but
I'm not listening anymore, James. I'm done.
I'll tell you, Ro, every kid will tell you when the Zoom call is over. That's what happens. This is my parenting homeschooling experience. This last year, I was at the grocery store, and it got the text on the phone that the district telling us that our kids were coming home for the rest of the semester. And I remember looking down that phone, and I just looked up horrified, and I made eye contact with like 6 other parents in the grocery store. Everybody was doing this, and I'm the only one that spoke. I just looked at them. I went, "Fuck!" And the whole place exploded. It was beyond. So yeah. So I tell you, David, I've gone the other way, man. I've actually maintained sobriety during a pandemic. I've actually leaned in a little differently, and I appreciate. I don't usually talk much about being sober. I'm still self-conscious talking about it in public because my attitude has always been be less annoying than the vegan. That has always been my point of concentration. And so, and nothing against vegans. It's obviously nothing against the vegan. It's nothing against the vegan.
That's hard.
I think we can all agree that society, the vegan is kind of the gold standard for seriously, dude, nobody asked you. So that's my focus. I remember when I talk about that. But I am a glutton for punishment during the change. This pandemic, I've decided to try to date again after 15 years. I'm jumping back into the ring.
Wow.
Because I got a lot of scar tissue to bring to the table. So I'm ready to jump in. And this is my sales pitch. I'm 54, recently divorced. I have a 9-year-old son. I am sober, and I've got herpes. Yeah, how about that one? Yeah. Didn't see that one coming, did you? Yeah, well, nobody does. That's how you get it. It's an amazing process. I will say, man, there is nothing like dating during a pandemic and bringing your own virus to the table. It complicates everything. This is how bad the stigma of herpes is. I was in Starbucks working on this bit. The top of the page, comics will appreciate this. At the top of the page, we name our bits. I wrote hair piece to remind me what it was really about. That way, if someone looked over my shoulder, they would only think I had a toupee. That's how self-conscious I was.
That's clever, man.
Dude, the stigma is so bad. This is true. If you type herpes in your phone, it will autocorrect to heroes to make you feel better. It autocorrect. And this is what's so ridiculous. 20% of the population have the virus. A virus, mind you, that you can only get having sex. So instead of me living my life in shame, how about you people get out there more often? That will be a more fair compromise. And don't think of it as catching a virus. Think of it as herd immunity without a cure. Look at it that way. It's a very different way to look at it. It'll be like a sexual pandemic. That's what I'm pitching right now. And by the way, Dave, Sexual Pandemic, great band name too. That's a great band name, Sexual Pandemic. I think that will crush. So it feels good to do that because I spend my time too, homeschooling in the corner, and but my son's screwed because his teacher is actually a former Marine too. So she was telling him this in the Zoom, and I just turned my head around the corner. I looked at him and I said, "You're so fucked." You got the teacher and me working together. You know what I miss the most? I mean, this is awesome. I love talking to you guys. I'm glad people tune in, but I miss traveling the most. I spent a night in Carlsbad at a hotel, and I convinced myself that this was a great adventure somewhere. But I was such a dork. I was like, "Ooh, there's a Keurig machine." So, Johnny, I know you guys have been all over the world. John, did you ever get to Morocco, guys, when you do any of the tours? Never been. So I'll tell you, I got to go to Morocco one time. I got to do a show in Morocco, and I got to see the open air market of Marrakesh. Now, if you've ever been there, it's like a scene from James Bond movie or like Jumanji. It's just throngs of humanity, and there's pushing and shoving, and there's monkeys on people's shoulders. It's kind of like Venice, California, with just a hint of Death to America. That's the only difference when I was there. And there are snake charmers in the market, right? But there are no barriers between the cobras and the humans. They're just out there together. And the solution they offer is that there are 3 anti-venom stations somewhere in the market. no one could seem to tell me where those anti-venom stations were located, which is very important because if you get bit by a cobra, you have about 3 minutes to live. So you get bit by a cobra, you have 3 minutes to find an undisclosed anti-venom station, and you need to move fast, but not too fast, because if your heart goes too fast, it'll pump the venom in your body. So the key is to move as quickly as possible, as slowly as you can, because you're going to die anyway. That's really what you're up against in the market. It's so I could go to a mall in America
like the
right
corner
now.
of Alvarado and Flower, just so you know.
Exactly. But the system, I can go to a mall and I read the map and it says you are here. I still have a 50-50 chance of going the wrong direction. So no one's going to make it in there. So, and you're not supposed to take pictures, right, of the snake charmers. But obviously, I'm an American tourist, so I decide what rules apply to me.
Yeah.
So I tried to take the shot, and the guy grabs my phone and says, "Oh, you take pictures." So he takes my phone, he puts a cobra around my neck, he puts the tail and the head in my hand, and he steps back. So he has my phone, I have his cobra. He says, "You want picture? I'll get you picture." So he pulls me by the cobra into a pit of 9 more snakes. He says, "I'll get you your picture." So he pushes me down on my knees. He flicks the head of the closest cobra to me. It opens up its hood. It hisses. He takes the shot. Then he looks at me, bro. He looks at me and he goes, $100. And I was like, so in a split second, this goes from street performance to hostage negotiation. He says, $100. I take the snake off your neck. I'm like, no, you take the damn snake off my neck first, and I'll give you $20. Now, I don't know where $20 came from. I think I just thought that was fair for 2-3 minutes of extortion. So we're negotiating, right? We're screaming and yelling. I don't know what he's thinking, but clearly I've now adopted the position that I have his snake hostage. That's my power position that I'm arguing from. And I'm trying to act confident because I'm terrified inside. I'm trying to sell the idea that maybe this isn't the first time this has happened to me. So there's a lot of yelling. And finally, I just throw $40 at the guy and he disappears into the crowd. And this is the part that amazes me the most, the whole story. I was able to knock this guy's price down 60% with a fucking snake on my neck. That's really what I took away from this. Because years later, when I got a divorce and my friends are like, "Well, do you think you might need to hire an attorney?" I'm like, "What for? To drape around my neck? I can handle myself in negotiation. I'm pretty good." Right here, so. That's a true story too. That is a sad.
That's amazing. That's amazing.
And I'm not afraid of snakes, but I will tell you, it's very. Yeah, seriously.
It's crazy.
It's absolutely true. And it was like, my buddy and I were there. We're the only 2 Americans. You know, we stepped into the market. We kind of knew it was dangerous. We also kind of looked at each other like, all right, whatever you do, we don't lose each other. We just move through the market. We enjoy ourselves. And there was at one point, we're walking through the market and a cobra just shot in front of us. And we both just jumped back. And the guy looked at us like, "Hey, watch out for my cobra." I think I've never heard that before in America. In which I would be accused.
Working here. Come on.
Exactly. "Hey, I got to make a living with your cobra." So yeah, it's pretty terrifying. So that is my story from afar, man. Thanks for having me.
James, with those glasses, I was like, He wasn't a Marine. When you told that story, I'm like, he's a fucking Marine.
Yeah. Well,
Exactly.
Here's the thing, though,
That's a
Dave.
Marine, dude.
The hard part is, and this is the part that I literally, like, the whole time it's happening, I was scared, but at the same time, I had like this Batman fantasy of like, all right, how am I going to pull this off? Like the whole time, and I'm not in control at all. I'm being pulled by the snake. And my buddy looked at me one time and he goes, "You should have seen your face, dude. You had total panic on your face." I'm like, I think that was the correct emotion. I'm pretty sure that I was in the pocket on that one.
Yeah, you don't want to work
trying to go
loose and
back and
free
do
with
it all
a cobra
again?
on your neck. That's not
Exactly. Look, for $40, and I walked out of there like that. Screw you and your cobra you came with.
Because he's on the side with no snake, like, bro, you were scared. Yeah. Cobra.
It reminds me, I've been overseas quite a bit. 19 tours overseas. I've gotten Dave FORSETH and I almost got stuck in Jordan one time when they didn't have his flight. We almost spent the night there.
They did, but they just gave us a hard time. Yeah.
Yeah. But one time we were walking, we were in Sharm el Sheikh, Egypt. I don't know. I don't know where it is. I still don't know.
Sharm el Sheikh.
And we're walking down the thing from the base to like the town. And there's a guy standing there with a camel. He goes, "Hey, you want to come up?" I'm like, "Oh, that's kind of." All of a sudden, he puts a turban on my head, throws me up on the camel. I'm up on the camel, like, whoa.
That's exactly.
Okay. And of course, I'm like, "Guys, get pictures of me." You know what I mean? I'm doing the whole thing. And then I get down. He's like, $20 US. I'm like, "Oh, I don't have I was gonna give him like $5 or something. He goes,
Yeah.
$20. I go, I don't really. He goes, $20 US. I go, I don't have. He goes, $20 US, or I cut off hand.
What?
I go, anybody got a Jackson? I swear to God, dude.
Yeah.
Dude, they
They're
don't. They do
serious,
not.
Danny. They're serious when they say that. Just
Oh
know
my
that.
God,
Dude.
dude.
I will say, brother, when I was in Morocco, this wasn't just one guy. He had like a team of guys. And at the end of the negotiation, I have the hand on the snake and they're going for my wallet. I'm holding my wallet and the snake, still negotiating. And there's just jostling. And the whole time I'm like, is this the game? Am I just going to stay in the game and win? Or do we get carted off and never get seen again? So really, it was touch and go until they took the $40, and then I felt, like art of the deal.
Calm? Was it just kind of just chilling out? I mean, honestly,
The snake, to its credit, totally calm.
Hey, by the way, just so you guys know, they're actually making a documentary about Harvey Weinstein. It's called Touch and Go. Anybody?
Hey!
Hey.
This girl, I don't even know. It's not even a pandemic for her. She's
Yeah.
come on, let's be honest, Erica. Everything's going. She's everywhere these days. She had the #1 selling comedy album last year for a while. It was Sad Lemon. Go pick it up. Shot a dry bar comedy special. She shot her new comedy special. Will be seen on TV at the Rose Bowl like a month ago, 2 months ago, and hilarious. You see every comedy club around town. She's the hottest rising star in Hollywood. Give it up for Erica Rhodes, everybody. Give it up.
That was way too generous of an intro, Johnny.
I know. Comedy show. What am I doing?
Man, the last time I performed in a pickup truck in front of people in a parking lot was in Poland with you.
Yes.
I thought I was paying my dues, but really I was preparing for a special.
Right? I'm telling you.
Yeah, it's like everything lined up. I was like, I've been here before. I know how to perform outside for a bunch of people who can't hear me. This is great.
With a generator in the back.
Yeah, I mean, it was all training grounds, Who knew?
Funny.
No, we had amazing experiences. I'm so grateful for all the travel I've done because I think, I'm starting to feel like a lot of people who haven't traveled don't realize that like the US isn't that horrible if you compare it to other places.
Right.
Thank you.
A lot of these people haven't left this country and they're like, it's the worst country in the world. It's so racist. Well, then how come all these other countries want to come here? Like, if it's so horrible and racist, why is everybody trying to get in? And then, we're not letting them in. So not only are we racist, but then we're so evil for not letting them in so that we can be so horrible to them. Like, does anyone see the dichotomy? I guess not.
100%
for saying that. I applaud your courage. Yeah. No shit.
Thank you. Yeah, no, I mean, eventually it all comes out, doesn't it? We were in Romania. If you think that things are awful, try going to Romania. They charge you for ketchup. Is that what you want freedom to look like? You want to wait in line at McDonald's and be charged an extra $2 for ketchup? Is that where you want this country? Because that's where it's headed. If we keep going down this road, no more free ketchup, no napkins. Oh, you like taking the whole pile of napkins? Forget it. Forget it. One napkin if you're lucky. And you have to use it to wipe your ass too.
It's true. 100%
it's
true.
Right? That's how Romania was. I threw a fit. Johnny was there. It was midnight. I was hungry. I wanted my French fries with ketchup. I got all diva and I was like, in America, it's free. Like, we don't give a damn.
They're like pheasant under glass. She's like, ketchup.
I was like, ketchup. We don't pay for ketchup. We don't pay.
Yep. That's true.
We get back to the US, right? And there's a guy named Travis with his clipboard who's all hipster in his cutoff jean shorts, right? And his fake glasses. And he's like, do you want to save a kid? You want to save a kid? And I was like, in Romania, they'll just hand you a kid. Like, you don't save a kid.
I wish this wasn't true. This is 100% true.
giving out kids. Like if you want to save a kid, get out there, Travis. Go find a kid.
Bring him home.
Yeah, bring home a kid if
Oh my
you
God, I forgot how true this all is. Oh my God, you're right.
You were there, Johnny.
I
You were
know, I forgot. Oh my God. I mean, I just forgot how.
I just don't understand how people are so angry when, you know, supposedly this is a good country overall, no country's perfect, but it used to be a little bit more free, right? We used to be able to say what we thought. We used to be able to go where we wanted to go. And now it's like we're all trapped in our apartments. We don't know how to fly in an airplane anymore. Everyone's freaking out like, you're flying? What's it like? Well, we get on the plane, we sit in our seat, it goes up, and as soon as we're in a safe distance away from the earth, we all have a massive orgy. We take off our masks. It's not real.
Right.
That's what you're missing out on if you're scared to fly. I don't know when we all started to forget that we all die. Somehow everybody is starting to somehow I think people forgot that aspect, right, of life. Like I think we're used to living each day like it's our last, but we're not used to living each day like it's everybody's last, right? That's the difference now. We're all like, how it could be his last, it could be her last, like it could be anybody's last day. It's like, well, yeah, that's how life is. It's like it's gonna happen to all of us, right? So calm the fuck down.
Did you say you didn't like my intro? Sorry, I'll work on it.
It was too nice. My bits are all over the place right now. I just watched The Social Dilemma. Have you guys seen it?
Yeah.
Okay, it's terrifying, right?
Wait,
Yeah.
what is this? Is this a show?
It's
And
a
Netflix.
documentary Netflix show, and it's very traumatizing because it basically shows you what things will look like if we all stay addicted. First of all, we're totally addicted to social media, and it basically showcases what we're going to look like if we keep on down this path. And basically, based on the movie, the acting is going to be really bad. Acting was some of the worst acting I have ever seen in my life. I mean, these kids are like, they're like, I need my phone. Where's the phone? Like, and the girl, then there's a girl who's like, I don't think it's good for you. And he's like, I don't care. And then there's a random girl who just like breaks into the thing and
yeah, that's right.
over the place.
I never wanted to watch a show more than now.
We're gonna eat dinner without our phones. And the girl's like, no. Anyway, so I do think the lesson is good, but maybe the acting could have been worked on because.
Are these real actors or is this like a reality?
Yeah.
It's actually it's a mix. It's a mix of like a documentary.
Oh man, I can't wait to watch this now.
They should have kept it with the main guys who are just sitting there being like, it's evil, and they're all like, what do we do about it? And they're like, like these are some of the smartest men ever, and everyone's like, so what do we like? They're like, the world's gonna end, and everyone's like, so what do we do? And all the men are like. Like, so you invented this amazing app, right? That's changing the world. And they're like, yeah. And they're like, so how do we fix this problem? And they're just like, every single time they just go, like a lot of reaction shots where they don't know. They just don't know. Yeah. So it's basically the movie poses the question of what the fuck do we do? But nobody has the answer. So
Can I just ask a real question now?
Yeah.
You just said nobody has the answer, but what you're talking about says men don't have the answer.
Oh, sorry, I didn't mean men. There were some women in it too.
Oh, they're okay. And by the way, I don't mind.
But the interview,
I don't know.
The men were the ones that were interviewed at that moment that she's talking about. It was all men, I think, for that.
Yeah, it was.
And I don't mind. I would find that interesting. You know.
I will say the interesting thing was I posted about it, and then some girl responded to me and said, I didn't like that they deleted, you know, so and so, like some woman's contribution to the film. So I think that the film has a white savior complex. And I was like, I'm sorry. So even when white men are trying to do a good thing, they're evil because they're trying to be a savior. Yeah. Like, how can they ever win? Like, I don't understand. I didn't understand that. It has a white savior complex. Oh, so white men trying to save the world is also evil.
Something nice.
What?
I mean, yeah, they're just trying to do something nice, and you got to turn into this. It's like, oh,
they just happen to be the creators and they happen to be white, and they happen to be trying to do something good. It's
evil. You're not allowed. Yeah. Sorry, all the white men here, you're screwed.
Oh my God, you just wiped out my entire lineup. It's you and
I'm out of here. I don't have to listen to this shit.
Johnny, this show's clearly not going to win an Oscar or an Emmy because
they'll fade away like Avengers Endgame. Just
yeah, we're all just going to fade away.
I found out recently that I'm like, even as a woman, you're still not allowed to defend Woody Allen. Like, that's still not okay. I read his book. I don't know if anyone read his book.
Which one?
It's the one he just wrote.
I thought I was gonna. Without Feathers is my favorite book of all time, but I know what you're talking about. His autobiography. Yep. And
I'm gonna read his other stuff, but I just read his recent like autobiography, and he's so like he comes across as completely innocent and completely creepy, right? So it's like just let him be a creepy innocent guy. Like he didn't like. You know, like my friend, and I was trying to say like why I think he's innocent. And my friend was like, well, he did marry his daughter. So that opens up his ability. That opens up. Now he's allowed to be prosecuted or like he's opened himself to criticism forever now. And I was like, well, just because he married one daughter doesn't mean he molested the other. Right? Like those two truths don't exist as canceling each other out. Right? Like, anyway, apparently you're not allowed to defend him.
I like the older one. There's a 2-hour documentary on YouTube explaining why he's innocent, and I watched it.
I mean, he was found innocent in the court of law, but it's like nobody will come to defend him because he's creepy and because he's a man and because like you don't want to be associated with defending him and blah blah blah. Yep. But like, isn't that more a case of don't we want the law to be upheld in some capacity? Like, don't you want to believe that in the court of law it holds some substantial evidence for the court of public opinion? No, nobody wants to.
Now we're guilty until proven innocent.
So wait, Erica, I'm asking you directly. Are you a Woody Allen fan?
Yeah.
Me too.
Yeah.
I think he's the funniest comedy mind of the last 100 years.
But he is
present company excluded.
But he is a little weird. He is a little creepy.
He comes across
included. That was good. Okay, good.
Thank you very much.
Right. Aside from us, Woody Allen.
Yes. Excluding this room. He's pretty fucking good, but that's why there's a reason why he's not on the show, Erica. Okay, this is a heavy hitter lineup.
He's got incredible creative content, but when you marry your stepdaughter and proclaim every day that a blowjob once a day increases health and happiness related to your stepdaughter, I have a tendency to pause on that.
Not his actual stepdaughter.
You can marry your stepdaughter. You just can't divorce.
You can, but is it morally okay?
Hold on a second now. Have you seen the documentary where they go over to Italy, the two of them together? I know the age difference is weird, but they are a happy couple, and they've been married for what, like 4 years now?
Yeah, that's what I just said. I was like, if he had
age difference, the fact that she was his stepdaughter, he raised her as a child.
Dude, I understand what you're saying.
That's the creepy part.
20-some years.
Kind of creepy.
That's the creepy part. That's the creepy now. Right? Is it okay?
He didn't raise her. That's the whole point of the book. Is that Mia like took her away from like the very beginning, and he basically wasn't in her life at all. Like the only time that he even saw her was after she went to college and she came back.
There's the whole reason why
if you really study it all, Mia seems like the kook of them all. Honestly,
yes,
control-free kook. Yeah, right.
I don't think that Woody Allen is a pedophile, but I do think that he has a white savior problem.
Yep, I can see that.
Probably Mormon too. Probably
Netflix,
Mormon.
yes,
And,
yes,
Did you
100%,
just do a
yes.
callback?
Loves the anal.
yes, he did. All right.
Oh, God.
My
This is
God.
not even fair.
All comedian conversations have a great ending. That's why I
All
love it.
right.
Well done, Erica.
This
Johnny.
So you're set, Erica? Anything else? Want to do another joke?
Oh, I just wanted to tell Ro, it was so funny your bit about the your did you say your son is autistic or?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that reminded me of my cousin's very autistic, and they were doing performances of Oliver Twist from her special needs class, and that was amazing to watch because like there was one girl who was really into it, and she was like, whenever he needs me, I promise and she was like singing her heart out. And then there was a guy who was like the evil guy, and like he had like a literal shovel in his room, and he's like, oh, I'm here, and he's like banging away with the shovel. And then my cousin was like lounged out. She was like lounged out on the couch, and she was just over it because they had done so many. So she was like, why are you here? What do you want? Who are you? And I was like, this is the funniest thing ever.
Hey, it might be, but Erica Rhodes, it's time for you to do a Dickens one-person show. All right, all three characters.
I hope my set wasn't seen by too many people because I'd probably be canceled.
Give it up for Erica Rhodes, everybody.
Yay!
Thanks for having me.
By the way, James P. Connolly, my good buddy, I want to give you
Question.
a shout out, bro. You brought up the fact you had herpes. That is tough. And by the way, guys, I mean, this is being honest now. You should never, when somebody has herpes, you should never talk about it. I mean, come on, it's a sore subject. Come on, guys. All right.
Honestly, Johnny, he compared it to having a toupee in LA. And dude, as an actor, having herpes is way less shameful than having a fucking toupee. You're fine.
Exactly.
Get it at Harvard, JP?
You know what's even worse than talking about it? Having your friends
Right.
call it back 15 minutes later. That's even worse.
I mean, 15
From now
minutes
and forever. Quite frankly.
Why do I have this? Let's move on.
Yeah.
Right. Hey guys, I know you guys like your Zoom comedy shows going longer and longer, but we're going to cut right to the next comedian right now. Ryan, let me tell the story real quick though. Ryan, by the way, this is the 9-year anniversary show of 1 Hour Comedy. Thank you guys again for doing it. Ryan, you were on it last March, and we were driving out together. I picked you up in somewhere out in North Burbank or something. We drove out and you were telling me, you could tell me too much, that you said, hey, I'm getting good vibes about America's Got Talent. It might be, things might really, might be a nice little break for me. I'm like, dude, hell yeah, that'd be great. You came out, killed my show in Beaumont. And then what, 4 months later? And dude, I never watched America's Got Talent at all. And my girlfriend got me started on it. We watched your entire, that was the first season I ever watched. We watched your entire freaking story, bro, to take what, 3rd place on America's Got Talent, right?
I'm the third most talented person in America, officially. It's official.
Absolutely, dude. So, dude, it was really exciting, man, to see you from doing the Sand Trap in Beaumont, and all of a sudden you're on America's Got Talent taking 3rd place. It was awesome, bro. So I don't need to say anything else. Guys, hilarious. Give it up for Ryan. I don't know if it's Ryan Patrick or Ryan Niemiller these days.
Niemiller. Yeah,
Okay.
I made the mistake of not changing my my personal Facebook page to like a stage name, and
Did I just give it away?
just
Sorry,
the
bro.
amount of just well-meaning but awful people that were trying to friend me. It was a little much.
Yeah.
Thank you guys so much. I just want to give a little side note. I'm on the other side because I don't have kids myself. So like I don't have the issues with like the Zoom classes from like the kid standpoint. But my girlfriend that I live with, she's a 4th grade teacher.
Oh, yeah.
So it's a really rough time for her because like it's a weird time because everyone assumes that teachers are just being lazy, wanting to stay home and do nothing. She's working harder than she ever has in her life. Like she's putting so much because it's a lose-lose. They don't want it either. And she has to worry on top of that, not like of parents like being naked in the background, but me being naked in the background. when I stumble out of bed at noon to get some Count Chocula, as I do. And she's just like, pants, Ryan, pants.
Oh my God.
This is cool. I'm happy to be here. Like, I don't mind these Zoom shows. I know a lot of comics have outright like refused to do them. or like that. But like for me, I don't mind it because like in a Zoom show now, if someone like heckles, it's real easy just to like boot them out of the room. You just kick them out, you mute them, the heckler's gone. Like that doesn't happen in real life the same way. Like I was doing shows, this was last January, so before everything really blew up, there was like 8 people at a club in Kansas City, and I got heckled by fajitas.
Yeah.
Like I think you're having a rough night when the room is so quiet that the sound of delicious fajitas is drowning out everything. And I wasn't even mad. Like I wasn't doing well. Like I wasn't mad about that. I was more mad at the club because who the hell serves fajitas at a comedy show? That is the loudest possible food you could ever. Like, did they run out of the steak that yells when you bite into it? Did they run out of that? Like,
what's for dessert? Pop rocks? Like, thanks, guys.
For Pop Rocks, for dessert, the owner just yodels in the background the whole time. Very confusing.
Can we get some tapioca pudding going on here?
Have you guys got to do any like live shows yet? Like actually in comedy clubs during this?
I did last week.
Yeah, it's weird. I've only done 2 or 3. And it's a weird vibe of like it's odd how your expectations change because like I feel safe going there. There's proper safety protocols. I feel comfortable, but your expectations, I didn't anticipate this. It changes so much. Like before, especially coming right off of AGT, this is kind of my first time really being a club headliner.
Absolutely.
So like, there's a pressure to that. Where it's like, oh, I gotta sell tickets. Like, if I don't sell tickets, they won't have me back. Like, you worry about that. And now during these times, all I worry about is like, don't spit in my mouth. That's it. Like, that's the only thing. If no one spits in my mouth, I won. Like, because I'm stupid.
Funny.
Like, I don't exactly know how COVID works. Like, I don't know what all the symptoms are. Like, does COVID make you lose your feet? I don't know. I can't afford that. Like, that's too much for me. Like I'm one missing body part away from needing a full-time caretaker. I can't risk that. So just keep your distance, everybody. I don't know what to do. It's ridiculous. I've got a lot done in quarantine. That's been nice. I know a lot of people have had trouble getting like motivated to get things done. Like I've been very efficient. You know, it takes me half the time to wash my hands as everybody else, so I'm getting shit done. You're still halfway through Happy Birthday. I've already written a screenplay. I built a show. Crushing it. A lot of people been catching up on Netflix and things like that as well, like really binge watching a lot of shows. I just finished a little show called Pornhub.
Is that still on?
Yeah, finished it. The whole series. I finally got through everything.
Finished Pornhub.
Yeah, I finished it. I'm going to give my quick review. No spoilers. I'm going to give my quick review.
That's the funniest joke I think I've ever heard.
Yeah, Pornhub gets a little weird in the middle, but it has a happy ending. Everybody, it has a happy ending.
Hey now! Oh, that's a John Cardinale. That is a John Cardinale finish right there.
Not even fair.
They wouldn't let me do that on AGT. I don't know why.
Dude, Ryan, that ending. That is a John Cardinale funeral eulogy joke. You need to do that at John.
So much better than mine.
I want Cardinale to let me do his shows forever. I have to throw in at least one for him.
Oh my God, that was
You
great.
had me and I finished Pornhub, and then you had to one up me.
So great. So great.
I miss not travel. Like I like the travel, but like I was going really hard after AGT. Like as soon as the show ended, it ended on a Wednesday. I flew home Thursday. I was literally on the road from that Friday up until quarantine. So I was
holy smokes.
I was busy, and it was great, and I love it. But like I learned in weird ways, like the road can be dangerous in ways you don't expect ahead of time. Because there's the normal things to be scared of, like you might get stabbed or whatever bullshit that you worry about traveling. But this was last October.
I thought you were talking about Cracker Barrel.
That's like a normal worry.
I didn't expect it. Yeah, I got stabbed so many times.
I don't know where I'm like stabbed.
I get hurt, please get stabbed. What?
Yes.
What else is going to be coming at
You
you?
know, some people take coronavirus very seriously. I'm anti-stab. All right,
Okay,
I want a mandatory sheath mandates for the entire country. No loose blades. So I'm down in Alabama, and that's not the dangerous part by itself. Like there's more to it than that. So I'm doing some shows in Alabama. That night, do the show, go back to the hotel. The next morning, I wake up and I have ticks.
Oh, what the?
Like the creature, not the
real?
thing that my dad got when he drank too much, but like the blood sucking.
Yeah.
And people might not know this about me, but like I hate nature exclusively because that's where the ticks live. Like that's the reason. Ticks are horrifying. And like, so I had this tick in the middle of my spine. Like it was so perfectly placed. I'm pretty sure someone was punking me. Like it was that exact in my, and like, I can't reach the middle of my back under ideal conditions, let alone while holding fire or whatever they recommend to like get a tick out of your skin.
Vaseline.
So like I didn't know what to do. Like that's a new travel problem for me. You stab me, I know how to figure that out. That happens a lot. That's just
I've been down that path.
yeah, that's a Thursday in Boise. All right, that's what that is. I don't know what to do about a tick though. So like it's the morning. I'm honestly not sleeping with a tick in my body. Like I found it at like 3 a.m. So I drive to an urgent care. Because I didn't know what else to do. So I'm like waiting at this urgent care. They open up, they remove the tick, $160 to get this thing removed, which was strange because that's the first time I've ever paid somebody to get something to stop sucking me. So that was new. That was a nice change of pace.
Hey-o.
Hey.
I prefer the other way. Now that I've done both, I prefer, if you're going to pay the money, I prefer the other way. I am having, even during quarantine where like a lot of us are losing a lot of work, I still love this job a lot more than others. I don't have a full joke for this, but I just want to get my favorite day job that I had before all this. I worked at a Starbucks, which, you know, a lot of comics are, you know, they do barista work before they actually, you know, can do full time. But I had the easiest job at Starbucks and I loved it because my job exclusively was just to get tips. That was the only thing I was there to do. And everyone I worked with loved me because I was great at it because this is my only move that I did. So I was the cashier. I would take the orders. If I got paid in cash, when I gave the change, I would just drop it.
Oh my God.
I would drop the money.
Oh, dude.
God.
And they would feel so horrible. They'd be like, you just eat it. Winning, like getting AGT actually was a
Sarajevo, Boston. Yeah, not.
Oh my God.
Yeah, so I related. Like James, when you were telling the story about the Cobra, you were actually the villain in that story. You were the villain.
Yes.
All right, that's gonna be it for me, guys. This is a long enough.
Man.
Yes.
Right.
That was
Hey,
fantastic.
Ryan,
Oh.
before you go though, tell us, man, AGT. What
It
was
stands for America's Got Talent, Johnny.
Oh, I never knew. Is there a
Next question.
A in the G? I'm trying to sound all hip, okay? So did you know anything in advance, or when we're watching live on TV? Because me and my girl, we watch this live now. We just watched this season. And by the way, not one single comedian made it very far.
Yeah. This year was not designed for comics whatsoever. No audience.
Is it all designed?
The way I'll say it is, if something is not on the level, it's not told to us. It's because it's a TV show. They want genuine reactions. So like if there's like, I think anyone who watches any kind of show like that, you can kind of tell who they're behind based on like when I saw my audition, I was like, oh, they like me. They're going to make me look good. But I still have to get the votes. If I would have went out there during the first live show and bombed and I don't get the votes, I'm out.
Absolutely, dude.
Yeah, so that's kind of what it is. They might put you in a better position if they think there's a story behind you.
Gotcha. That's
but
kind of wondering.
as far as like everything's, I mean, it's a real cash prize. You know, it's fraud. But even like fame comes out of it.
it's not just the winner. It's like, you're.
Oh yeah, like
everything, man.
It's so weird to me, like, and I don't want this to sound douchey, but like when people will be like, "Dude, I'm so sorry you didn't win," I'm like, "Fucking why? What the hell?" Like, I got to be in front of 15 million people 7 times, on that show.
Think about it. Amazing.
Like, I don't have to sleep in my car on the road anymore. If I did, I probably wouldn't have got ticks, but.
I know, dude. Crazy, right? Oh my God.
Yeah. I'm sorry you didn't win. Yeah. My life is so hard. My diamond necklace is so heavy that I get to headline clubs now and pay my bills.
Absolutely, dude. Isn't that amazing? It's just to make your story, because I watch it. I watched every one of your episodes. It's like I'd never watched it before. I never watched AGT. Like I said, my girlfriend.
Oh, I didn't watch it until I got on the show either.
Oh, you didn't? And now I'm watching this season. And there was a really good comedian, an Indian guy from New York. He was really funny. That he got booted off because he pissed people off, but he's a really funny comedian. There's some other guys who was on. Michael Yo was on it. People stuff like that. But it's like none of them really got passed on that much. Hey, give it up for everybody. Thank you guys for doing this show. Thank you for my 9-year anniversary. 9 years.
Congratulations, Johnny.
This 1 hour comedy. Anybody who's watching, please Venmo Ryan RYAN. No offense to you, Niemiller.
Venmo me directly,
and you'll share.
Yeah, I'll do.
Or we'll stab you.
Ryan, whatever money we get, we'll divvy it up by you, all the comics there. It's so great to see you guys all. You guys are all friends of mine on top of everything in comedy. It's great to see you, and good night, everybody.
Guys.
Awesome.
Good night. Great to see everybody.
Good job, everybody.
Cheers.
Have a great weekend.
Let's everyone
stab each other.
Don't get stabbed.
Don't get stabbed.
Signing out. That's
I forgot to bust your balls more about that.
That's my get or done. Don't get stabbed.
I'm gonna go watch Pornhub.
Grabbing a baby.
It's over. It's over. Dude.
Keep it sexy.
Hey, don't get stabbed, okay? I've been around the block, okay? I got one piece of advice.
Hey, bro, give him a drink. He's waiting already. Huh? Come on, babe.
All right, good to see you guys.
Bye. Thanks, Johnny.
Of course.